Second session of the day. We have a 20 L6 max. We're going to get on some 10 L9. And that's basically what we're doing. Don't think there's anything else. Not interested in any late night tournaments. So that's where we're at. I'm not going to wait on these. There's plenty of tables, so it won't take long to get full over here. Is that the right spot? Yeah, just about. Probably 3 or 4 6 max and 4 5 9. Kings off the bat. I mean, he's not really protecting much if he does have a king, so I think we do have to draw, but we might actually be good here. 10's not great. Yeah, it's just a spade draw. He was just blocking. I was able to calm down with third pair. That's pretty nice. They walked the kings. No. Raise that up. This is a little big. There we go. Clear leads. We're going to go ahead and raise. I mean, if he jams, I'm giving it up, but usually that's just that stupid blocker thing that people are doing. I honestly have no idea where that came from, but I've been noticing it more and more for the past 2 weeks. Sometimes new content or old content resurfaces online. So maybe Dusty Schmidt's old check with a chip article's back out there somewhere, but these people do not know how to use it. It's only effective on the river. So that's the problem. Why does this seem bigger? Pretty good flop. I'm just going to power bomb right at this one. Way too much draws going on. I'm still going to bet. I can have ace king, I can have king queen, so can he. We're obviously not folding. And check the river. Yeah, that's fine. He sucked out. Top two pair obviously can't fold for a min raise, so he wins the $4. Yeah, looks like there's 3 more 9 max and 4 more 6. Nice. There's the re-raise. Sevens. That might be good to remember. 3-bet sevens and then just jammed for the full 100. Interesting. I mean, in that one, his name gives him away. Because culturally, that's a gamble culture. 7. Somebody's tired of that.
He was looking at me like that, and I'm just like, what?
Right.
Doing it again, it's really creepy.
What's going on? I'm just looking at you. That's what I do. Yep, we got another 9 max. We're going to go ahead and play that. And we'll post. We can defend the ace versus a weak open. Don't think we need to bet, because I don't know how many bluffs we're ever going to see with this stack. This short stack makes it so I can't really set up a 3-barrel, so I'm just going to check and see what happens. Yep, there it is. Check raise the short stack. See this player limp out of first, super gamble kind of person, so not really going to go ahead and make the raise. We're just going to try to outflop him, get some good equity. I think that's good. We can go ahead and bet that. Any hand that check raises is usually going to be a draw, so we have the best draw, so it's not a problem. Can raise here. We got another 9 max. Look at that. I did not think I was going to be able to get these seats that quick. I'm just going to go ahead and bet. There's one more 6 max. I'm going to take it. Move this one over. Call here. Check. McNasty's check raising me. There's really no reason to raise. That's an excellent card. I mean, if he's got a 3, he's just going to get me. But I'm just going to flick a bet at him. If you have the discipline to check a 3 twice and then raise it, you're going to get the whole stack. But he should just have a 4 or 5-6 in this instance. And we're just going to bet. All in might have been more believable, but I'm not 100% sure. He should have something. Unless he's just totally saving face here. Yeah, he didn't have shit. I think he was actually on a draw. Alright, we can bet that. Take that one down on the draw. And I think the 2 6 max is fine because we have all these 9 max going up. So until I double through, I don't really see the need to flood anymore. 8 tables going. We happy. Apparently we're going to the show before the first one. It's a preview.
Oh.
We'll be the first to get a look at the show.
Yay.
That's exciting. I think we can play this one just because of position. That's fine. Wow. This player reopened the betting and the rejam came. Well, he's going to win. Good for him. Got away cheap. That would have been a difficult flop. Just check down. Fold. And check the ace of spades. And we're going to bet turn and river. We'll do similarly over here, bet small. With two players calling, I can't continue here. Yeah, the thing is, this is going to get paid usually. It's because of this overcall. If this guy hadn't called, I could have kept firing. I honestly don't understand. This guy's been here for 30 minutes and he's got 4 buy-ins on the table. That's hilarious. He must have really fucking ran it up. Yeah, I don't know how he got it, but he's got it. aces. Let's move this up a little. Foldy, foldy. I mean, that's a pretty damn good flop. I was almost tempted to check it, but I really think we're just always better off betting in these. Because the jack's never going to fold. There just really shouldn't be much there that can suck out. Now the guy in the blind can definitely have an 8, so we're going to check just to protect ourselves and see if he wants to bet the river. If he does, fine. If he doesn't, we'll bet. That's a super small bet. I want to raise it, but I'm just going to call. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he had a jack or an 8. He might be goating. So that's kind of weak sauce. I definitely should have raised the river. But wasn't 100% sure where he was coming from. It's definitely a blocker bet at quarter pot. Yeah, no, that's a mistake. By and large, it's a mistake. Check, check, check. Alright. Ooh, kings. God damn it, misclick. That's annoying. Thank you. I'm just gonna check. This guy's been here for an hour. It's a fairly sizable raise. We see a re-raise from a short stack. I'm just gonna rip it over the top. It's kind of really nothing else here. Aces. Ah, it's annoying. Well, at least it was a short stack. Oh, he only had like $8. Ace in the river is okay. I mean, we might as well. Sometimes we get called by like King 10, who thinks we're just trying to rep something. An interesting hand going on the side. It was limped. I limped in the cutoff. Player in the small blind raised. Flop came off 7-6 queen, 2 diamonds. It checked to me, and I just took the bluff spot. This cold call is the problem. I'm just gonna call. All right. Well, when we hit a queen versus a short stack, it's gonna be very hard to get away. And if this player folds, all right, we're just gonna call. I mean, this player can jam a lot of hands that we still beat. Ace king with the ace of hearts. He can definitely have kings. He can have jacks. He can have king queen. He can have ace queen as well. Yeah, when this player calls, I'm just gonna fold. Yeah, ace queen. I don't know why this fucking guy is overcalling. That's kind of stupid. I thought about jamming it pre-flop, but I forgot what time of night it was. So, small mistake, but I mean, he should just, I mean, it's just so rare for him to have the exact same hand as me. And the other guy has to have jacks to continue like that. And he drew way too much. So, little, I think on average it's a good fold on the turn. But very rarely he's going to have ace queen as well. And a lot of players don't re-raise ace queen there, especially on that short stack. That's the thing. He started that hand with 65 blinds. Yeah, players don't 3-bet with that unless they 3-bet at that stack unless they want to get it in. And does he really want to get it in with ace queen there? And that's kind of gross. This is annoying. This guy's calling everything. The problem, see, this is the problem with him on my right is he's passive. So when he calls, I can't call, but he could just absolutely just be on some stupid draw or a 10, and this player could be bluffing. So I can get squeezed out essentially. Because if we're both in the pot, this bet is a lot stronger on the river. Yeah, he's just. I thought he might be good, but he's just hitting hands like that one. He didn't even get enough value there. I'll just go ahead and bet the threes. All right, whatever. It's annoying. It's just such a bad flop for me. Versus this player who I know is going to raise most c-bets. I have to have something going on. Gut shot or blockers or something. Let's go ahead and raise. Player's only been here 15 minutes. The cold call of the 3-bets. How many of these are we going to see? Queen over here. I think we're going to go ahead and bet for value. It's an issue more when this player calls than when the other player calls. As the initial raiser, he can have more. Really? Whatever, he can have a flush draw. He can have aces or kings too, but we're just getting the money in. Set of fives, way to go. Ugh. See, I don't even play the fives in first. Because it's silly. But, again, another short stack. So, there's just no way to fold here. There's just no way to fold. Once I make that bet, he's supposed to check raise all draws. That's the point of that bet. He called off a 3-bet to 28 blinds pre-flop. So 1 in 12 times, he's going to get that. The rest of them, I'm going to get the 28 blinds, which is twice as much as he got me on that hand, so fuck it. I hate when a session starts off aggro, annoying like that. Like people just making mistakes that are hard to read. Short stacks, no less. Yeah, that's super bad. I'm thinking about that hand with the ace-queen versus ace-queen and the jacks. That is super unlikely that... Alright, this player just doesn't have enough money. That is super unlikely that that player has ace-queen. It's like 3 times as likely that he has king-queen. I don't think he plays it like that. I mean, ace queen's I think the only hand he can play that way. Nine's okay. This is a little loose, but this table's been pretty passive. So I don't think we get 3-bet very often. I think we can check in a 3-way pot. I'm not expecting any pairs to fold. I just don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These players are passive, so we're just going to be basically protecting every little stitch of value. What the hell was that in? Jack 10 versus the King Jack. Called the King Jack suited. Appreciate you guys being here. Lost 13 buy-ins trying to play 10-L back to 5-L for me. Calling too many rivers, thinking I was solid hands, but they never bluff. I don't buy that they never bluff, but I think the bluffs are more obvious. So it's one of those ones where if your brain doesn't go, what are you doing? Like, then it's probably just a value bet. And people make bad value bets all over the place. But my question to you is, I mean, did you go past a reasonable stop loss? Like, is that 13 buy-ins something you can shrug off? Or is that going to make you feel it for a while? Because if that's going to affect your mental state for your next session, then maybe a stop loss would have been a good idea. But honestly, you can shrug it off. I've had days, where I've swung more than that, and it's nothing. It can just happen. But typically, my stop loss is somewhere around. Depends on how it happens. Like if I just got it in with aces a bunch of times and got fucking just cracked all over the place pre-flop, then I don't even care. But if I start to get into the 5 to 7 buy-in downswing range, I start really looking at how I'm playing and what the mistakes are that I'm making. And if I can't like really sit there and point at, well, I got cracked or it was a cooler situation, then I'll usually take a break. I'm gonna get this guy. Yeah. I'm going to fold that one just because I don't like my kicker, but if I had King Jack on this one instead of Jack Queen, I would have called. Because I think he's going to have nothing there quite often. The problem is his nothing, his overplay could also be King Jack. And it's just an extra thing to have to fade. So it's one of those little precautions, but you'll see in a little bit, and I've done it to this guy a bunch of times. We're just going to go ahead and check call him 3 times with a hand that's not strong enough to do that, and watch him just completely blast off. So that's what he does. Players are betting full pot, completely different reasons. These two, it's complete different player. Like this guy, I would say all his full pot bets are bullshit, or at least not what they should be for full pot bets, like top pair and protection and stuff like that. This guy, it's exactly the opposite. He's doing it to protect that hand. So, complete opposite players right there, which is good because that means one of them will see me do something to the other one and make him think this guy's an idiot. Getting floated. Yeah, we just have to bet twice. This player, like I said, he usually raises, but he's floating me there, and the king's usually greater for my pre-flop raising range. So, pretty standard. Man, one of these tables is taking forever. Like 3 players got disconnected. And there was a raise and 2 calls, and I 3-bet, and they folded. After this one hand was taking like a full minute with no action yet. Seven and a half buy-ins actually, so not bad, but gotta take the licks and keep moving. Oh, so you're talking about, oh yeah, you gotta count it in buy-ins at the level you're at. So if you're playing 5 and L, 10 buy-ins is $50. If you're playing 10 and L, 5 buy-ins is $50. You know what I'm saying? So that's not so bad. 7.5 is very reasonable. Could easily happen. Player's raising on the button, and like I just have to have the most trash hands ever to not be able to 3-bet. If I have 1 paint card, I can fucking 3-bet. Check here. Won't feel a thing with 13 buy-ins, but only 7. Okay, cool. Then that's fine then. That's really all that matters is, you know, how much the loss is going to affect your ability to continue playing, either, you know, because of tilt or because of, you know, the financial. But if you're fine, don't worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and leave this. It can look like I'm protecting a king as much as it can look like I'm blasting the flush draw, so we might as well take it. This is hilarious. So you'll be back to grinding tomorrow? Yeah. Nice. Oh, was that just today? Oh, so it's still fresh. Okay. It's such a weird situation I'm in on this other table. Because of callers behind, and yeah, I'm just kind of out of position playing it kind of cautiously. Oh. So I c-bet a flop after raising, and both these guys called, and then I spiked the set on the turn. Yes, this guy can have a flush, but I'm supposed to look like I'm full of shit. So he could definitely have a 10. He's all in. Yeah, whatever. Good move, jamming the flush. I mean, in all fairness, he shouldn't have called the flop, but whatever. It's good of him to. It's smart of him to jam the flush because I'm supposed to have the ace of spades in my hand, but for that same reason, he can jam 2 pairs. He can jam the ace of spades in his hand and any flush. So good for him. We're at about 3 buy-ins under EV. Well, that's pretty bad, yeah. So just my fun bankroll, so I'm moving down. I can reload too if I want to keep playing 10 and L, but it's fun grinding your way up. Yeah, and in all honesty, you know, you kind of sometimes have to take your licks and realize that there's differences between levels. And not that it's the biggest one in the world with between 5 and 10 and L, but I mean, this is... Once I bet this on the turn, I can't fold. Because there's just... Even if I know he has the flush, I can't fold here because it's $6 to win 24. So it's annoying, but he can also have sets, and he never has sets of 10s. So I could have just set over setted him on the turn. He could have 5s or 4s. It's one of those. It's one of those ones that used to hurt, but now that I know the math and how many times I've folded there and been wrong, it's very hard to make sets. Getting a lot of weird ones on that same table. We can definitely bet this. Get called. Check. Wow. That's not an easy fold. But I think we have to make it. I think he may have hit runners on me. Like, there's just no reason to bet that big with a bluff. You can bet half pot, and if I have nothing, I'm supposed to be able to get away from half pot. You know, with ace king, I'm not supposed to ever call.
When you get a play, turn that light off, please.
That light?
Yeah.
That's annoying. It's got 2 outed on an outer table. Damn. Son of a bitch. That was really brutal. The money doesn't disappoint me. It's just having to move back down to 5 and L. I just want to progress, but I honestly think I need to study more pre-flop and working on my river play. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to give you the best piece of advice that I wish somebody had given me a couple years ago. Pre-flop is the most important part of the game. If you understand your pre-flop opening and 3-betting ranges, you're going to do better than 95% of all players. Especially at every level up to 100 NL. Like, literally, just work on pre-flop opening ranges and pre-flop 3-bet ranges. Like, when it's raised before you, when do you 3-bet with what? And when you open and somebody 3-bets you, when do you 4-bet or fold? And then, obviously, what starting hands do you use? Just work on that shit. It seems like a very small thing, but it's 95% of the game. And I study a little bit, probably 5 or 6 days a week, because it's just a better way that I learn. But 2 or 3 times a week, I'll be studying pre-flop stuff, and I don't think I'm ever going to stop, because pre-flop also evolves and changes as you go on. But until you can absolutely know your ranges perfectly, you need to keep studying it. Shit, Matt Affleck was talking about how pre-flop study is never ending. He did a great seminar. See, like, knowing that ace-queen offsuit is a 3-bet, but ace-queen suited is a call because of the extra value that you have with the suited cards, you know what I'm saying? Or that the king-queen suited in the small blind is a call, or is a raise, whereas the king-queen offsuit is a 3-bet, whereas the king-queen offsuit is also a 3-bet. So there's no change there because of the value of the hand itself. So it's little things like that. Any king-queen, but only the ace-queen offsuit gets the 3-bet squeeze. The suited one doesn't need it. It's strong enough on its own. So stuff like that. A lot of people just come up with blanket shit like, oh, 3-betting the suited ace on the button. And it's like, no. It depends who opened. You know what I'm saying? If under the gun opens, yes, you can do that because you have an ace blocker. It's less likely they have aces. But if the cutoff opens, that player is more likely to call you because they understand the concept of what you're 3-betting with. Their range is already wider. So it's going to be harder to narrow them down. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's like the under the gun range is supposed to be stronger overall. But if he doesn't 4-bet you pre-flop and you've, like, 3-bet ace-5 suited on the button, if he doesn't 4-bet you and just calls, even if an ace hits, you can just bet. And you're not going to get beat very often, you know? Or you can actually play the trap because he's going to have hands like kings and queens and, you know, stuff like that. There is something to be said, though, for, you know, you have a good job and you can reload. Do you use a training site? Because sometimes you can just take that money that you were going to reload with and invest it in your education, you know? And if you have a really good job, you know, what I used to do when I was working and playing online, this is way back when I was in Florida, is I just deposited money every time I got, tips and or a paycheck. I took a certain amount and just deposited it online while I was building. And my only rule was that I had to be positive from the last time I deposited. So I had to have been winning in order to add money. So if I was winning, then I would add more money. And if I wasn't, then I would wait and I would, make sure to be winning from the last paycheck. Not up from the last paycheck, but... and it just allowed me to go up. And then I would sit there and one day I opened my account and I was like, oh, I have $1,000 in here because I made that deposit. Cool. I'm going to start playing 20 and L. And then that's when things kind of really changed. And I was only depositing like... You know, there was no real deposit fees back then, so I was depositing like 20, 50, you know, just whatever. It's another 3-bet because of the ace-jack offsuit. If it was suited, we would have just called. When I say a little bit, I mean like 45 minutes to an hour, 5 or 6 days a week. I used to have study days, and I'll still do that when I come into a concept or something that I really want to work on, where I would just study off and on throughout the day and probably end up getting in 5 or 6 hours. But for the most part, I find it does better for me just to... man, what a shitty run out I just got on this other table that I killed my ace's value. I bet flop and turn, but I can't bet river there. I check and I have to let him bluff, and of course he's never going to bluff. I can't believe he called me on the flop with just ace high in the back door. And that was a, you know, I raised out at first, and he just called, and then he just hit the call button 3 times. I actually found that I do better studying a little bit a day. Like, I have it set up so I can look at stuff on my phone, or, you know, listen to audiobooks or whatever. And I always make sure I concentrate on it. I'm not just sitting there with it in the background. But, you know, when you're in the bathtub. Hell, DeBoss was telling me that he's been doing really well and progressing really quickly. And he was telling me that his main thing is he studies while he's at work because he has downtime at work. Alright, just raise this. Well, that was easy. He limp called me. Look at this. He's got all the outs in the world. He made it. He fucking limped. He limped, I raised, and he jammed the 9-10 and fucking made it. Oh my god. Jesus H. Christ. Think he's a tilt monster? This is kind of interesting. Pick up the jack for an out. Check. I don't know if he's ever raising an 8. I don't know what the fuck that was. I mean, the guy just fucking cost me 2 fucking buy-ins. Fucking aces. Absolutely calling. I'm gonna check and see what he does on the river. Yeah, it's kings. Good calls, good calls. That's the thing, this guy fucking... He lost one little $10 pot and he lost his fucking mind there. And fucking sucked out on me. See, and now he's just playing every fucking pot because he feels like he's invincible. Don't have GTO Wizard yet, might be next. GTO Wizard is great. I really think that the best investment you're going to make, though, is in the training site. I like pokercoaching.com. There's too much... there's more information there than you're ever going to get through in a lifetime. And that's a good one because if you just have, like, 5 minutes, you can do one of their quizzes where they just go through a hand and you just choose what you would do. And it's like playing a hand, but you have somebody explaining why what you did scores a different amount of points, you know? And those are fun. And you can also filter it by the teacher. You can filter it by the format, cash, or tournament. Shit, you can even filter it by the hand. You can actually, like, click the... If you're online, you can actually click the hand button if you're not just on your phone. And you can just... It'll just show you all ace-kings. Or, you know, it'll go through the hand values. And you can just study how to play that. And it's these little 5-minute snippets. They're great. And it's something that really, stuck with me. It's a very easy format to learn in. Getting the worst turn cards. This guy's really trying to get to just $100. If he gets to 100, he's going to leave. Guarantee you. I've seen this progression too many times, so he's one of those ones that if he loses a full buy-in pot, you know, full $20, he'll either quit immediately or he'll lose his mind and give it all back. See this shit? Like, it's just... He's just overprotecting everything. GTO Wizard's great, though. Oh, I should have done the sub command. I don't mind raising these. I mean, we're four-handed, so I think everybody's just trying to get a piece of this guy. I don't see too much four-betting going on. I mean, then again, he might lose his mind and just jam all the money in. We're going to go ahead and bet. Kind of small. This is my biggest fear is this person here. Yeah, that's going to work. Betting into 4 players is going to seem super strong, so the bet can be smaller. Why would you leave? God damn it, he's gone. That sucks. The other guy left and made this motherfucker take off. Son of a bitch. That's annoying. I would never leave that game. I can't believe these fucking people took off. God damn it. Like, he was the target. Raise and a re-raise. Well, how many times can we run into aces today? Let's find out. I'm not folding, obviously. Set of threes. Man, I've hit sets of threes like 6 times in the last 2 days. Ugh, why the 4? The 4 kills my action. He never, unless he has ace-5 exactly, there's really no way he has it. But it just kills my action. So we practically never get called here. Unless he has exactly like ace-king. I mean, I guess there's some 2-pair combos like ace-deuce. Ace-queen. Wow, that's... It doesn't seem like much, but that's really loose. I mean, I should never have ace-king, so that logic stands that he would call with ace-queen, but at the same time, what am I calling with that's going to bet the river? Ace-jack? Like, that's the thing. When you have ace-king there, I can have ace-queen. You know what I'm saying? And you could just have been bluffing or betting a pair or whatever because you were the original opener. But I can have ace-queen. So you can absolutely bet the river or call the river, check call the river with ace-king because it would be me sitting there going, I don't know if you got an ace twice. And then when you check on the river, players will make a mistake and they'll go ahead and bet it for value on a hand they're unsure on and just give you the extra, you know, half-pot bet when you have ace-king. But when you have ace-queen, what am I betting? Am I betting ace-jack there for value? Really? Like, it seems really far-fetched because pocket 10s aren't going to call me. I guess the only real argument is I could have ace-queen as well, but I'm pretty sure that's a 3-bet spot, and that player should know that. We got queens versus an ultra short stack, and the top card just paired. He's got 8 cents left. I'm going to put him in. Hey! He even called the last 8 cents. He put in 99% of his stack and then tried to hang on to that last little pennies for the showdown. I'm going to check this one. I don't think we get him off of any pairs. Yeah, I was going to say, if he has a 7, we're not getting him off that because our hand just looks way too much like what it is. I think raising the turn might have done me some good. Like, I could have spiked 2-pair or a set. But when we just call the turn, I think we just have to give up. Damn. That was brutal. Speaking of swinging, I'm swinging right now down. That's kind of a big opener. Whatever. What's up, DeBoss?
Hello there.
There you go, DeBoss. That's for you. I mean, that raise is not... He's not smart enough to bluff. It's annoying because it's a good bluff spot, but he's not bluffing there. Good to see you guys all here. Put. Getting into kind of a 3-bet war with this guy. He does 3-bet often. If I had had a face card, I probably would have 4-bet here. We absolutely call one. Ooh, pick up the draw. He could have ace-king and back off, or he could have like ace-jack and just get super aggro, or he could just have king-queen here. Do we want to call? So, the question is, does he ever have king-10? I have to be able to bluff the river here, though. That's the problem. Yeah, I have to fold. He's over. He could be overplaying one pair, and I have to find a way to bluff the river. And if a card 10 or higher doesn't come out, it's going to be very hard to pull off. Well, 10 jack, queen, or king. So I guess that's what 3-6. Well, I guess I could also make the hand, right? So I could hit an 8. 3, 6, 10, 14, 15 cards going to the river that make that pot winnable for me. 30%. So 2/3 pots, so I'm supposed to fold. I'm like drawing at a bluff. It's I know it's a stupid thing to say, but it's true. All right, this table's done. Do I want another 6-max? I think I do. Yeah. Just because it's pretty live with the players that are out there. I'll check this one. Man, missing flops. That's a good turn, though. Player leads. Don't think he ever has 2 pair. So I'm going to raise. Sometimes he has a monster, but we'll find out right now. If he just calls, we can bet the river for value. We win. Man, hit my best card and had to fold. Talk about running bad. I mean, you would think that he could have a flush draw there, but he's more than likely going to have 2 pairs in that situation when he jams. So it's just never a scenario where he's going to be jamming a flush draw when he leads it. Like, because my raise wasn't even that big. He just went all the way crazy with it. Re-raise. Yeah, it's getting kind of wild. So very aggressive. Well, we 3-bet and made the ace, so I guess we just bet half pot to kind of look like nothing. It's fine. I think checking's actually more suspicious. Fold this, fold that. God, lost 2.5 buy-ins in that guy with the aces versus his 10-9 pre-flop. Oh, that's annoying. Got shot in a pair. Okay. Jack would be great dealer. Problem is he can have ace-jack, he can have ace-queen, so I don't think 2 pairs are a good idea. He can also have ace-10, and I could have maybe bluffed him, but I think we just see a check-check kind of scenario. Or he makes the flush on the river. Yeah, backdoor flush plays this way. Eh. Annoying. No. I expect this player to bet like 95% of the time. This guy. Pick up the gut shot, we can absolutely bet. And I think we just bet fairly big. A little over 2/3 pot. Let's go ahead and raise the aces. We get called. I'm going to bet half pot here. 7 on the river, but it does make a flush. So we're going to check call. I don't know what he's calling me with. Maybe just a 6. He had 9-5, so he called me with a 5. That's what I'm saying. That's why I expect him to bet every time, is because he's in there with just trash. He was calling me, drawing to the second pair. We can bet that. That's brutal, because 10-jack is absolutely there. I am going to go for the 3-barrel, because that's really the only hand that can confidently call me and then check raise river. 6 on the riv. Well, if you got 10-jack, bro, you're going to bust me, because I just sucked out a set. He had 2 pair, right? I guess we'll find out. Check raise from defade. Calling station not betting his hands. Value bet him. He's been here for 3 minutes. I'm going to pot. I'm going to get out of the way on this one. Yeah, we're going to find out what he had. He had king-queen, 2 pair. Yeah, well, it's the same story if I have ace-king or ace-queen, so I raised pre-flop and you just called it. If you had 3-bet, it's a different story. Check. What was this one that just paid me? Rivered a king on that board. I'm going to go ahead and bet. King Queen's very logical for me to have. Player min raises. I know this guy. He's never got a full house. He's underbetting the straight. Made the straight on the turn. It's great too playing against him because if we make the flush on the river, we check jam and he calls with a straight. Believe it or not, I did it to him twice yesterday. Well, once was a flush, once was a full house. But on that full house, it was a 3-heart board. I had flopped a set, the board paired on the turn that also brought in a flush that he had. But he had the minimum flush. He had like deuce 4 or deuce 5, I forget what it was. But it was literally the lowest possible flush you could have with the cards that were out there. It must have been deuce 4. Yeah, the 3 was out there because I had 3s. And he just paid the whole way. And on the river, I fucking jammed over the top of him for like 4x pot. And he just fucking snap called it. Okay. Problem is he can have a queen. 6s. Good turn bet. Don't see that often enough. Very good turn bet. Sitting at 12.54. So we got a min raise. I think we'll just call. I'm going to act like I'm protecting the queen here. This is that same guy. Pick up the straight draw. I'm going to check because of that. And miss the world. No, it wasn't the same guy. It's a different guy. I thought it was the same guy who had the 5 buy-ins on the other table. I'm just going to check. I don't think there's any 6s. See, if this player doesn't call, I can just power bomb at this thing. But because he's calling behind, I can't, because what does he ever have? He should be trapping, but he just calls with 6s. It's awful. So nobody should have an ace here. Now this player's betting minimum. I don't know what that means, but we're going to call. Not really going to go for any kind of raise or bluff kind of thing. Look at this. I got walked kings 3 times today. Twice this session. King's not great either. So I don't think there's a bluff spot here. I'm just calling just to see it. 9s. he bet 1 blind and then 2 blinds with pocket 9s. Jesus. I almost bet this flop too. That's funny. Funny. Definitely still tired. Getting 3-bet by max here. I'm gonna 4-bet him. He 3-bets quite a bit. Sometimes we're running into it here, but ahead and jam on him. This is actually good for my image against him. Wow. I knew he was fucking overdoing it. He 3-bets me with the king 10 and calls a 4-bet like a fucking idiot. God damn it. It's so bad. And I have the jack on the turn so I can jam looking for the ace or the 9. That is super unlucky when you know the player's 3-betting way too much. I'm actually proud of that hand. Jesus. He has the one combination of hands. Couldn't have won that one with aces. Well, here you go. There you go, dummy.
Pay that man his money.
That was a completely great read. He just happened to hit his undercard twice. If he hits it once, if it comes off like 10-7-5 or something like that, I don't think I definitely don't go broke there. I just check the flop. I'm only betting because I'm supposed to be representing Jacks plus. More like Queens plus. I'm actually really proud I 4-bet that one and played it that way. I'm not even mad. If that jack doesn't peel the turn, I don't think I jam even if I pair. That's what I mean about knowing your 4-bet ranges. Such a nothing bet. If this fucking guy wouldn't play every fucking hand, I could actually do something here. I don't think we need to bet. I think it's just kind of whatever with this hand. It's funny because I thought about representing ace-king there and just jamming instead of 3-betting, but the 3-betting with him usually looks stronger. So it's an interesting psychology. Yeah, god damn it. I'm really happy with how I played that hand. It's just unlucky. Look at that, 3 on the turn. I'm just gonna call. Yeah, we risk, losing to some stuff, but I think we can also look super bluffy here. Get called by an ace, get called by pocket 10s. Ace 5, wow. That's a rough spot for him though, right? Because if we both have an ace, he's good because he has aces and 5s, and I have aces and 3s. But what am I playing that way? Like, what ace am I checking on the button after in a limped pot, right? So it's more likely that I have a straight, but I think betting the 3 of a kind is definitely profitable. We got kings on this other table. I'll show you guys that. Get 3-bet very small. Alright. Call. should have 4-bet that ace-5. Although that player... No, I shouldn't have. He's the basic guy. This is a good spot if it checks to me. And we can actually call because of the backdoor straight and flush draws. And we can definitely have a queen in this scenario. Just need this short stack to get the fuck out of the way. That's a great card. Do we raise if he bets? He's betting half pot. I'm going to go ahead and raise. It's kind of hard to take this much heat with just a queen. Unless your queen trips out, but I have to do this. He had a set of 8s. Motherfucker! Oh, that is rough. God damn, that's like the perfect board to do that, too. It's the perfect board to do that, because he's going to have so many fucking diamond draws. And ace-kings, and ace-10s, jack-10s. It's such a perfect board to do that on. Oh my god. That's a min 3-bet. Oh, that is... I'm happy I'm recognizing these spots, but I'm just getting housed. I keep running into the top of everybody's range. Check. I mean, all these bluffs would work 95% of the time, and I'm just getting, you know, a guy's got a set, or a guy's got fucking filled the gut shot on me, or, you know, it's just hilarious. Ow. Damn. Damn. It's all on the big tables, too. Love how he holds it in his paws. Well, as unlucky as it is, I'm fast approaching my stop loss. As he says that, flop a full. This player raised. Call, call. It's going to be hard to get action here. So I guess we just check call, right? I mean, I guess we got to raise now. I mean, he called. I mean, sometimes he does have an 8 here. He called with jacks. Hey, who am I to argue? Hey, we won a hand. Just gonna check this down. Probably just lost on the river. Or somebody else got a hand that they can bet. 6-4, 5-3. Interesting. I thought about raising it pre, but it's good to see this player will limp literally everything. We're gonna... I'm not gonna 3-bet the 9s. I was gonna, but when I'm sitting here thinking about this, we kind of want these players in here, so they'll make mistakes. And the 9s are strong enough. If it was like 7s, I would 3-bet it. But I think the 9s are strong enough. We're just going to go ahead and bet that. So this player's leading. We are going to call. He's going to lead as many flush draws as he has pocket 10, or as he has pairs of to give it up. He's bluffing it. Nobody's bluffing into 3 players like that. Yeah, that's a tough fold, but it's a good one. Shut that light off. That's right. It's really bright.
It is. Oh, yes. Bless you.
Yeah. I don't know why it looks so weird. It doesn't usually bother me. I'm just going to call this one check. And we're going to lead the king. Check. Pot. And lead the river. It's not much, but that's how we get value out of a 6. Yeah, ace 6. In first, no less. So, like, this is why it's annoying that that player actually hit something. Wow. So this player raised, this guy re-raised. And now he 4-bets. God damn it. Can't call. Gotta give it up. If the player behind wasn't involved, I could think about something, but he is, so I gotta fold. Right on the fucking door. I guarantee it's a good fold pre-flop. There's the all-in. It would have been pure gambling. This should only be aces or kings. This is a great fold pre-flop. If the player behind wasn't there, I would have called it. But because the player behind is there, it's kind of so brutal. Ace is good here. Let's go ahead and 3-bet the king-queen, just so Max doesn't 3-bet. I'll check this one, fold this one, fold this one. It's a nice 3-bet. Good takedown. Yeah, that would have been pure gambles for 25% of my stack. Raising. Yep. This player's raised so small, it's just they're just setting up the squeeze. Like if he makes a regular raise, it's kind of really hard because we're going to run out of room by the time I 3-bet. I do like calling on the button here. Oh. I'm going to check. It'd be smart to check an ace and take a betting street out of this. I'm going to check again. Oh, god damn it. Come on. Oh, come on, you mother. There it goes. Sorry about that, guys. I guess we just check. Win. Fold. Oh, we got a pot bet on the other side. Goddamn OBS. All fucking day with this. There's got to be something to do with the fucking system. Call. Check. I'm going to call this one. We can fold that. That's interesting, although it's big. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to go ahead and bet this one like I'm protecting. Check, check, check. Check. Oh, why the ace? But the queen. Yep. Love that. A flop I can't bet, a turn I must bet, and a river I have to call. Love that. I think we just go for the super small bet here. When the board pairs turn, I guess we check back. Hopefully he has a 4. I don't think he has much of anything. We're just going to try to look like we're bluffing. Seems fine now. Yeah, it kind of glitched for a second. I'm just going to call Max instead of 3-betting with the ace-king. We're going to try to get him to blast off. This is that same history. And if he bets something reasonable, I think check raising is good. Because we're going to have 7-8 a bunch when we do this. And if he has king-queen, he'll go off. I'm not really worried about getting drawn out on. I'm trying to get him committed to the pot early. And obviously build the pot. Alright, now we're moving in the right direction. I will say, I think at this time of night, you definitely catch more people doing shit, but you kind of got to take them a little bit more at their word. Once we get up to like 11 o'clock or midnight, then people start going ape shit. So, we'll just see. 3-bet. Check raising on another table. Ace is not bad. Just gonna bet right at it. This is one where we want somebody to have ace queen or ace jack. I guess we just take our time and then jam. That's why we do it. That's a very Matt Affleck hand right there. He says when 3-betting, people end up hitting their best flops, which is like ace or king on an ace-king kind of 3-bet hand, and then they don't get proper value. He prefers, we were talking about c-bets earlier, he prefers to bet big in those scenarios, because here's the thing. In a 3-bet pot, you know, where it comes off good for you like that, you're going to be sharing the king a lot, or you're going to be sharing the ace a lot, just like we were. It's more likely that you're sharing the ace or the king than you are somebody hit 2-pair or 3 of a kind on you. And players will let you know that, you know what I'm saying? So when you raise big, look at this fucking table died. So when you raise big, they'll give you clues. So, but you should just always be betting because you have to get max value out of that scenario. Alright, well, this table's done. I'm not trying to play heads up. Got a 7, I got a gut shot and a backdoor flush over here. There's also a lot of great bluffing spots because nobody's really betting a 9 here ever. Alright, we'll get on some waiting lists. I'm going to go ahead and bet. Player calls, or player, we call his bet. If he checks, I think I'm going to bet, and then bet river. That 8's kind of gross. Especially if he bets. We got it, man. That's 2 pair plus, and there's a lot of straights out there. This is kind of aggravating. He doesn't have enough for me to bluff him, so I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to bet. And I got another 3-bet on another table. Fold here. Alright, we're trending in the right direction now. Any more 9 max? There's 1, but it's only got 6 players. Although I guess that's not bad, right? Maybe we'll get it going. Look at this. I think we're getting to that time of the night where people are doing crazy shit, so I might have a fairly easy call right here. I don't know what this player's doing. He opened and I re-raised, and then this player jams. If he has jacks, he should be re-jamming here. Alright, well, we're not folding. Oh, ace-queen suited. Free roll. I'll let you know if I hit it. I did not. If there was 1 spade out there, if that was the 3 of spades instead of the 3 of hearts, I would call that. Yeah, so we chopped the ace queens. Check. Nine deuce. Okay. Sorry, I had to respond to someone. Wow, look at all the people here. Appreciate you guys hanging out, man. How about that?
Hello there.
Hello there. Raise it up, raise it up. So we only got called twice here, or we got called twice here, but I'm still gonna, yeah, we're just gonna fire like we're protecting an ace, because we only got called is what I was trying to say. Why did I fucking stumble on that? So this is a super draw heavy kind of board, even though it's paired. I think I'm going to check, and then if a club comes and they check to me on the turn, I'm going to bet. This lead out is annoying. If he bet bigger, if he bet the full pot, I would raise him, believe it or not. But right there, I think he's got a hand he's not going to fold, something like Jack 10 or 2 clubs. He could even have like 6-7 or a combo draw. So we're gonna let him have that one. This player really telegraphs by the size of his bets what he's doing. Thinks bigger bets are scarier when he doesn't realize that it's actually the opposite. Damn it, that other table filled up. I was trying to get on. I could have 3-bet that for sure. But I think I want to check. I don't know this player well enough to know what he's doing. He might just be tip-tapping, like small bet steals. We obviously never fold. Because this player is most likely to have nothing. And the min raiser is usually pretty strong or strong equity. So if he re-raises, it sucks, but we have to give it up. Yeah. Unless we want to just gamble with the king-queen, because he should have an overpair. The problem is if his overpair is aces, we have such fewer outs. Yeah, this was a mistake. He bet himself right off his equity. Fucking idiot, and he got me caught in the middle. We check flop. I bet huge on the turn. The guy jammed. He didn't have much of a stack, but 6-7. This is the thing. We're getting to that time of night where people are going to do dumb shit. So his read is I don't have a flush, and he's absolutely right. But I do have a set, and a set is enough. He didn't even have outs. He just had a 6. He's just a $4 shooter. And his name is Hello There. So I'll take it as a sign. Because exclamation point hello. The dog and the wife are snoring aloud. All right. Little queen action. Check, check, check. Well, I guess I could bring one of these tables in, right? Yeah. Just so we fill the screen. Uh-oh. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner. I'm going to go ahead and check. I was going to bet it, but then for some reason I decided to check. I don't know why. It's that same sizing. Like, he's not... I feel like he's got it there. Should be good unless he spiked off a weird 2-pair. It's kind of rough if he like overbets, but we obviously can call that. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish there. It's one of the few aces I can have that I don't feel bad about not raising. Let's go ahead and raise this one. Just gonna call this one just to mix it up. I stole the last one, so got some clubs. So this player, we all limped, and this player's leading for minimum. I do think we raise here. Is this where I run into King 10 again? We absolutely raise. Player calls. We want to bet big in this scenario. Make a king. We're going to go ahead and bet. It's kind of weird if he continues. Made the flush. I guess we just bet. Unless he has like king 10, we can call raises. He might have like 10-9. He might have ace 10. I don't know what he was doing there. Pocket nines or something? I don't know. But there was really no reason to ever stop betting. I mean, we improved on turn and river. It's kind of whatever. I got 2 buy-ins back. I was down to 12.19. I'm at 12.39 now. So, still stuck about 100, but all things considered, not bad. And I lost most of it on aces pre-flop, so who cares? Check. 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 I'm going to check because 9-10. This player may also bluff. I think he will call with some jacks. Yeah. He really thinks I'm full of shit after that last hand. That's a great value bet on the end. Queen 9. I don't know why he thinks I would bet flop and check turn and bet river with something that Queen 9 can beat, but I would just keep pounding through if I had a true bluff like pocket 10s that I decided to just turn on. And if I have every ace, I'm going to play it the exact same way. Just the size of the bets that change if I'm bluffing. See 2 limps. I am going to raise. It's that time of night, so people are doing weird shit. This player posted and raised. So it's the first hand here. If we have an ace, we're going to get it in happily. It's not too bad. Clubs. Alright, well, a lot of people called, so I don't think we can stick to that original plan. I'm going to go ahead and bet. Small. I am going to call this one. This player is defending the big blind and then leading out super small. This player raises. I have to imagine he has an ace. This is supposed to be the club draw with that betting structure, so the re-raise, yeah, I think my ace is no good here. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we're getting to see this, because sometimes this is bullshit. 9-6? It's that time of night, folks. I said it pre-flop. I said it pre-flop, and then this guy did that, and this guy raised, and it's like, okay, he can have an ace. I said it pre-flop. This guy having the 9-6 is fucking hilarious. That's super ridiculous. I mean, if this guy hadn't let out, if that guy hadn't let out and the dude had just c-bet, I would have just potted and bet enough to put him in. The 9-6 behind. Re-raising and it's good. Just gonna check. Pick up the diamond and the king on the turn. Good for bluffing. Nice. Hey, we got another 10-0. 9 max. We're on that one. Fold here. I'm gonna go ahead and bet here. Might have taken a little bit too long. Probably gonna have to bet twice. I'll check turn. Well, he's not betting nothing, so we're not gonna be able to bluff him very easily. looks about right. I'm gonna lead. Does this player sometimes have sets? Yeah, but we're just gonna keep betting. I think we find out pretty easily if he has a set of 6s or 7s right now. I don't want to check because we get bluffed too easily. Alright, this player, I min bet, he min raises. If he checks, he's usually on flush draws. Sometimes he bets a better 10. Or 9, whatever we have. But I definitely think we bet river. Sometimes we actually get called here by stuff we can beat. Sometimes he has jack 10 and we just get raised, you know, right off of it. But look at how much he's paying off. Like, 8-6. Like, he didn't even get aggro with it. He just wanted to see it down to the river and then didn't follow through. Check. Alright, I'm going to check it. There's no point in betting here. He's not going to call me. That's one that, because of the one-liner king, we're just... I don't mind missing value there. If I should have bet the turn, but I kind of wanted the equity because he has a lot of single-pair combos. Like, he has a lot of pair and combo draws, is what I meant to say. Pairs and gut shots and stuff that can get there. He can also have some 2 pairs that, you know, sucked out on the river. I'm just going to go ahead and bet. We'll play this one. It's a little on the edge, but I don't think we're going to see a 3-bet very often. We're going to check the hearts. Wow, he bets full pot. Wow, this is actually really hard versus this player. Alright. Because he does crazy shit, but he can also just have the ace of hearts and be free-rolling me, so... In an instance, if I had ace-king, it's a different story, but in an instance where I'm not sure if I have the best ace possible, like he could just be tied with me ace-queen and be free-rolling the flush, which that's never a situation you want to be in. So he can bluff me off that. That's fine. How do you not get all the action here? It's pathetic. At 1241. Alright, this short stack, we're just going to re-raise. This is stupid. Well, when somebody's an utter fish, they're not really bluffing much. And he's pretty utter. Hold. God damn it. It sucks because we would have gotten... There's no way to not get the money in. Once he hits that flop, we're going to get it in. Unbelievable. He's just shooting $4 at a time. Man, all my big hands getting cracked today. I got a great 3-street value hand just off the side. This is what I'm talking about by getting max value out of your hands. I raised and then went 2/3 and then 2/3 and then half, and it was so perfect because he rarely has a jack here and he never has a 10 without leading. So we were actually able to get a call down by pocket eights. It's amazing. This guy is just... I'm gonna get you, buddy. Don't worry. Keep doing it. Keep risking full-size pot bets. And I'm gonna get you, motherfucker. I mean, this is kind of weird. He can have a 4 sometimes, but I don't know what the fuck he's calling for. I think he's just calling to bluff. He's just trying to float off. Maybe he had a flush draw. I guess he could have a straight draw, but I don't know why he would have 6-7 there. Yeah, he's trying to go broke. Jesus. I mean, we call, right? Look at this. Ace-queen versus the flush draw and a set of queens that ends up surviving because of the running diamond. That's cooler-tastic. This guy fucking playing it way too aggressive in a three-way pot. I mean, I don't think we can fold. He rivered the set of eights. It's hilarious. Same betting pattern when he's bluffing as when he's doing that shit. I'm gonna check this one. 2 outers it. It's hilarious. Such a small pot, there's no point in raising on the turn because he's just bluffing all the time. This is that idiot. He's not going to have much, but I'm not going to call with a gut shot. He's why I didn't bet it. It's because his stack is so short. If he jams, I have to call even with the gut shot. Max value will 3-bet if I call. Fold, fold, fold. Oh. Pot. I think we can act like we're protecting an overpair. I'm just going to call this one. I would 3-bet it quite often, but really? Wow. It's a flush draw. I know it's a flush draw. God damn, that's the best worst card on the turn. I don't think anybody raises. Fuck. God damn it. Really? He's supposed to have the king. He's never supposed to have an ace unless it's the suited ace. I'm calling. This fucking lucky shit. He had the ass end of the straight. I would never call for a chop. Never. But he never is supposed to have an ace there. And he's betting that turn. Because he's supposed to have the straight on the turn. So he's supposed to have king, queen, and we chop. He's never supposed to have that. Never. God, is that unlikely. He's never supposed to have that. Oh, I never call those. I never call those when there's a straight on board and somebody could just have an ace. But he's in the fucking small blind. Ugh. He's in the fucking small blind and he bet the turn. He's supposed to have the king. He's supposed to have the top end of the straight. But he never has ace king. Ugh. But he was just going for the utter bluff. Like he ever has. See, that's the thing. That's why you're supposed to 3-bet the 10s pre-flop. Like a fucking idiot. Ah, it's annoying. God damn it. It's such a good read, too. But again, it's just super unlucky. Like he's supposed to have the king. I mean, was he really betting a flush draw? No, he didn't even bet. He didn't even have the flush draw. He was betting the ass end of the straight when everybody behind could just have the king and be checking. King queen would play this exactly the same, and then he fucking sucks out the ace or the king. And the funny part is he's gonna bet that river, even if the board pairs. He's gonna bet that river, and I'm gonna get it all. Even if the board comes out and pairs or the top end doesn't come out. Oh, it's so annoying. Sorry, I'm bitching about it, but that's how unlucky this whole session's been. I mean, sometimes this player is just protecting a 10, but we obviously don't fold a pair because he can have just a 5. Just gonna bet the king. Yeah. 3-bet by max again. I'm just going to call this one. I 4-bet him last time. Let me check. I'm going to check. Yeah, that queen's really bad for me. We'll defend. God, it's like the anti-flop. I can't even credibly represent anything. I'm just going to be representing a set. $12.23. Hate the ace on the turn. Rather see it on the flop. Well, this is that full pot bet thing. Sometimes he's got like a better ace here. God damn it. Or 2 pair. It can only be fucking... it can't be ace king. It can only be ace 8. That is so brutal. Because I never have ace king. He never has ace king. Because he would have bet the flop. It's the only one he checks and then bets the turn. And he's been betting full pot so much, it's ridiculous. That was super unlucky right there. I guess we just powerbomb this and hopefully this guy will pay us with an ace. Nah, he just had some kind of weird gut shot. I don't know. I got called and then beefed at. That queen might actually be good. God damn it, this motherfucker. Really? Does he have a fucking 5s full? Oh, that's annoying. Well, I'm just gonna raise this. I'm supposed to have one pair, so all his two pair combos. The only thing that beats me here is a set of threes. But he's gonna have ace queen, ace king a ton. He's gonna have flush draws. I mean, it does suck if he just like straight jams, because we'll be looking at that 3 about 50% of the time, but the other 50% he'll be drawing dead. Especially with the size of that bet. He could just, he might just be like one of those guys who just, yeah. He was trying to control, so he had to charge for the draw. I feel like I'm playing great. I just getting very unlucky. Get 3-bet. Don't mind it. God damn it. I think if he takes this long, he's got the 10 beat. And we're just going to have to decide whether or not to bluff the river. Nice! I think we bluffed him off the best hand, really did. I mean, he could have just had, you know, a random overpair that doesn't have a diamond, but what are you going to do? That's why we have to bet half pot to make it look like pure value. I'm going to check. Because my aces are just as strong as a king. This is fucking hilarious. This guy's killing me. Spade on the river. Now he's betting big again. Like, I have the ace of spades. What is going on here? He might just be... It's so brutal because it's very hard to tell. That's the full pot. I mean, I could have king queen here and play it the exact same way. He could have spade draws and play him this way, especially since I don't have the ace of spades. It's kind of hard to say. But realistically, other than a set of sevens full, he can only have a king. It's kind of value-y, but I think we have to call. Yep. We're inviting this 3-barrel. I don't know if you 3-barrel anything with a king here that you didn't 3-bet pre-flop except for king-queen. And it's just so unlikely he's going to have it. And like our immediate history is way too aggressive. Like after I just bluffed him that last hand. Like it's just way too, you know. So he's trying to get back at me. This fucking 3-bet bullshit. Look at this limp cold call. I don't know what that's all about. I'm glad I folded this one. I would have been in a rough spot. We can raise this one. Made a pair. I'm gonna go ahead and bet. I think it's fine. Pick up a gut shot over here. I guess we'll limp a few of them. What the fuck is that? Doesn't even try? Player opened 5.5x. And I flopped a set. I'm going to raise him right here. Wow. He opened 5.5. It's like the biggest raise I've seen. Alright, let's raise. Straight flush draw. Make a 5. Nice. I block everything. So he's just going to have raw overcards. So much. Alright, we're trending in the right direction. Not that I have to get even. I think it would actually be very difficult to get even at this point. But if the potential's there, I think we have to play. Jack in the door. Let's just go ahead and bet. Jack's going to be good as often as a king here. King in the turn, we're going to check. Jack's pretty good. He's going to have some suited ace combos that will call. Because a lot of people think you're betting a king on the flop, you're not stopping on the turn. But he just had a flush draw, I think. I was trying to get called by the ace high. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't think I was in any more danger than a diamond coming off. Like I said, the jack there is just as strong as the king. I mean, three bet small. Get three bet by max. This cold call fucks it up. I can't four bet. I can bet that. My 10 was probably good here. This is fucking pathetic unless this guy's got like the nut. How do you miss value here, man? Thank you. Jesus. Jacks. I mean, he just told him he was good. What'd the other motherfucker have? Ace 4 with the ace of diamonds. He didn't even go for it, and he had it. He had the nut blocker in his hand. Didn't even go for it. Cold called it with the ace 4. Like, this is pathetic. This is that time of night kind of shit. He's gonna be. I was gonna say we're trying to play a lot of pots with him, but in all honesty, it's not gonna be a challenge. We're gonna get on a waiting list here, and I'm gonna ditch one of these tables that I got like 3 buy-ins on. Flush draw. Flush. I'm just gonna bet big. I think this is one where we get dummy to make a mistake over here. This raise sucks. Because you would absolutely check the ace high flush draw. But he can also attempt bluffs with just the ace. So it sucks, but he has to have kind of exactly the ace king or ace jack of diamonds. So, yep, ace 6. See, when he's got every suited ace in his range, how the fuck do I beat it? But how good am I to not go broke there? Fucking saved so much on that one. Saved fucking 45 blinds on that one. And I know he's checking the ace of spades, or the suited ace, but it's like he can also check the ace king off with the ace of diamonds. Not spades, diamonds. Man, cooler. Cooler city on this fucking table. And everybody who's been coolering me has the fucking position on me too. It's brutal. God damn. just want this guy to be in there so much. But he's only supposed to have 2 combos. Meanwhile, he has fucking 13 of the suited ace. Probably another 5 of the suited king. 4. I'm just gonna call. God, that's so brutal. Oh, there's another table. It's not a great one. I'm going to keep it off to the side. So, we have 9 tables going currently. Do I get off? I don't want to get off this table, though. It's so fucking juicy. I just keep getting coolered. It's whatever. There's more draws than jacks here. Ace on the river is really bad. Because if he has the draw... Wow. That is amazing. It's like the one card like that I don't want to see is an ace or a 9. Even a king I can bet, but I can't bet the ace. Because he can have king. He's supposed to have king queen a ton there. God damn. I would never back off on any river other than the ace or 9. It's such a shitty run out. Such a shitty run out. Can we get action on some aces, please? That'll make me feel better. I think I'm giving up this table. Backdoor spade draw. With the gut shot, but of course it misses. I think we can check, and if no spade comes, we can bet. God damn, I am getting called all over the fucking place. Okay, there's no more bluffing tonight. Everybody's just calling down. Pair of 8s. God damn. Like I would play an ace exactly the same. Player bets the full pot. I mean, I think we just call, right? I mean, that 9's supposed to kill my action, but I kind of doubt it will. I feel like this guy's going to lose his mind. Of course he hits the 9. How am I running? And I expect him to do that with aces. I expect him to do that with aces. Okay, I might be done. This is getting very frustrating. Like, what the fuck is that? I mean, he's never folding, so... Jesus Christ, these people are so fucking ridiculous. Alright, I'm out of this. Okay, 6-7. Do I want to keep playing? I'm calling this one. Why the jack? Any card but a jack. Oh my god, this is fucking so frustrating. Look at this. 5's full. Nice. Look at this, I made the straight over here. Alright, well he 3-bet me, so he should have a set sometimes. What the fuck? I'm getting 3-bet and then folded to? What are you, 3-betting fucking 9s? God. This is so bad. This is frustrating. I'm okay, I'm just annoyed. It's just very frustrating. I'm getting like the exact boards that I want, and people are just hitting the fucking, like that one. The guy just decided to raise 6-7 for no reason and just went ape shit and got there. Check. Flush over flush. Full over full. This is fucking ridiculous. King Jack. It's an easy 2-pair. Thank you. The worst ace in the deck, and these people are just pounding on it. Like, this is why I don't want to stop. Like, I'm kind of annoyed, but I don't want to stop because it's like, it's so fucking juicy right now. It's insane. And I'm not like trying to win every hand, or I don't think I'm over bluffing. I mean, I'm taking immaculate bluff spots, but I just keep running into monsters. 6 is alright. It's a 5-way limp pot. Can somebody have these ace-6? Well, there's only 2 suited combos left. So this guy bluffing is kind of what we want. We have the deuce in the backdoor club draw. I'm going to go ahead and call. King's not great. I'm just going to call here. I'm going to check this one. I really doubt I'm going to get anything here. 6-7. 7-7. Look at this. I can't even bet this river. It's so bad. I can barely call if he bets. God, what a shitty run out. Pocket 3s. Like, there's just at no point can I make money on that. He like killed my action. That's annoying. Whatever. Some days are like that. Wouldn't always with the Jack-10 suited, but on this table in particular, fuck yeah. Well, that's a danger flop. So this is a limp pot, and this player leads right at it. You got to imagine he has at least an ace. I'm just going to call. He should have two pairs a lot here. He should never have a straight, really. So I'm going to go for value. What two pair did you have? Ace 5, one pair, top pair ace. Interesting. That is some serious donkey level shit there. Dun, 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 dun. God. And this guy's getting paid on a one-liner versus the deuce, the flush deuce. It's a good bad card. Guess we're done with this table. Yeah. Aces. Kings. Jacks. Look at all this. That's a small open. We're going to go ahead and 3-bet. And check that. It's not the best. I'm going to keep checking. Yeah, there's an ace there. It's annoying. 3-bet. Alright, we got 3 buy-ins off that table at least. That was nice. God damn, can this just be the worst fucking flop ever for me? God fucking damn it. God damn, I'm running bad tonight. This player posted and raised. I got kings on 2 tables right now. Let's bet half pot. I mean, he can have some pairs that beat me, but yeah, not often. Playing 2 tables of Dome, just dusting off. Nice. Yeah, look, it looks all right. 3-bet by the short stack. Let's race. Nice, hold. That's why we race. Check. I'll check, allow this player to bluff. Because he rarely has a queen or a flush here. So I'm usually pretty good. He had ace 7 of hearts. So. Small raise. Re-raise. Don't mind racing the ace-king suited versus a shorter stack. Cold call. It's kind of worse if he jams now because of the cold call from Dust. Because he's more likely to do that with big pairs. But we're obviously not. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Ace or king. Come on, do it. Can't watch. Gah. I don't know why Dust is cold calling there. That's so fucking pathetic. He forced that jam. Definitely, you know, I don't, obviously that board I'm not going to win, but I don't have to lose the whole 80 blinds there if he gets out of the way. It's just fucking pathetic that he fucking called that. Is raised in 3-bet in front of him, and he fucking cold calls for no fucking reason. Like, the only hand I could see that doing that with is jacks. That's actually what happened to me earlier tonight. I mean, kind of not sure about this one. Yeah, I was waiting for him to bluff. Did he have a pair? 6-5, yeah. I think I'm gonna call it. We'll find out how much damage was done. It was pretty bad. Pretty bad downswing there. Just ran into it, man. I got 1206. I lost 132 on this one, so it was mostly on the 20 and L's, so somewhere between 6 and 8 buy-ins, I guess you can call it, if the average buy-in was 20 or was 15. So what is that, like 7 buy-ins? Yeah, so definitely ran bad. Aces cracked twice, once by 10-9 all-in pre-flop, which is hilarious. And the set of 8s where the guy had 7-6 and just slammed the gut shot on the turn. The flush over flush where I managed to save half my stack because it was kind of semi-obvious, but having the queen, suited queen there, I don't think we're ever supposed to fold. So just a lot of coolery kind of situations. It kind of sucks, but it really doesn't matter. And I'm not really even frustrated by it because I feel like I played great. Like, took some amazing bluff spots, but then had that 99% success rate, and then that one card came on the river that made somebody call me when I went for the jam. One time a guy fucking one-outed it, so what are you going to do? Because I had the flush draw and the 2-pair, and he one-outed the 3 of a kind. So yeah, so that's just kind of the way it's going to go sometimes. Sucks, but you know, you can't win every day. And I think I played well. It's kind of hard for me to tell, but I'm going to go back and watch it. But I feel like I played great. I just really ran into it a few times there. So at least 75% of that is coolers. I can think of 5 coolers off the top of my head. So yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow playing throughout the day. Probably put in 2 or 3 sessions. It is Sunday. I don't really feel like, I don't know if I'm going to be playing tournaments, but we'll see. And yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stick around for the host. I'll find somebody, and have a great